All right, guys, let's do this. What up? It's JoJo on the radio. This is the iHeartRadio Countdown. Conan Gray, how long has it been since I've seen you, dude?
About a year. I've missed you.
I've missed you. Everything good?
Everything's been great.
Okay, I got so many, questions, album, music, tour, all that stuff. But the first thing I just wanted to touch on, and we were talking about it off air here. I watched the video, and I swear to you, I said, I need to ask Conan if he's been working out. Because have you been working out?
I got the guns going.
Look
yeah.
at you doing. What's your, give me like, you don't have to give me the full rundown, but what's your, like, it's a diet, is it just a routine? And, what do you do?
Really simple dumbbells, push-ups. You don't need nothing fancy. I just think it's just for health. It's important to take care of yourself.
It's clearly, I'm noticing. Here he is in the video with on the beach and the muscle. I'm like, oh my God, there we go. Conan, this album, Wishbone, coming out August 15th. Is it true? Is it really true that you didn't tell anybody you were writing this and you had no intention to even put it out?
It was very true. I was really paranoid, and I just was really needed to hide in my little world and make my album with no opinions whatsoever.
Oh, is that the reason? Like, you didn't want to hear anybody?
Yeah, I didn't want anyone to tell me if a song was good or bad. I was like, I have to decide first, and then I started to play it for people.
I guess is it natural for people to let's say family or inner circle, whoever. Do they typically say, I like that, I don't like that?
Yeah, people get excited, and then it starts to kind of cloud your judgment. So I just needed a year to really be secretly making something with no opinions, yeah.
Why the title Wishbone?
Because it's the only wishing ritual that requires two people. And it reminded me a lot of relationships. When a wishbone breaks, one person gets the short end of the stick, and another person gets their wish to come true. So reminded me of life.
I don't think I've ever heard of an album title using that kind of concept. Or have you? I'm sure you did some research. Has anyone else done that?
Because I probably should have checked if anyone else did.
I mean, it sounds so unique, and you're right. There's the only wishing tradition where somebody does get, do you typically, when you do the wishbone thing at Thanksgiving or wherever, do you get the short end of the...
I felt a bit like I really got the short end of the stick in life, so that's why Wishbone happened.
Damn. Hey, describe, if you can, and it's an impossible question, the vibe, the sound of the album.
I would say Crashing Out.
Really?
Yeah. It's a breakup album. Yeah.
Aw. Are you okay?
I'm good now. I got the album, finished the album. I'm better on the other end.
So therapeutic to get that kind of stuff out?
Very, 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 very good, yeah.
Final question on this. What song almost, and it's a little survey I've been doing for the last couple of years, and I think maybe I've got an idea why. I'll explain. What song almost didn't make the album for whatever reason? Because I think those songs kind of become either huge hits or fan favorites or something special about them.
The one that almost didn't make it at the very end was a song called 1111, which to me was just because in a way it felt like too simple, or maybe too it's just very me. And I think when people hear it, they'll understand it's very, very simple. It's a very simple.
Is
song.
that why it almost didn't make it? You thought it was too
I almost felt like it was just too boring old Conan, I guess, in my mind.
Conan, true or false? You love writing songs in basements of venues, and I think you said because probably a variety of reasons, but because there's typically a piano in there. I'm guessing it's kind of echoey, or it kind of has a cool vibe to. I'm putting words in your mouth.
Yeah,
Why?
A lot of these venues that I play have a grand piano in the basement for when they have concerts or recitals and things. And so I always go crawl down there. It's always dark and kind of dusty, and it's really peaceful. While I'm on tour and they're packing up the stage, I sit down there and I write songs. Yeah.
Do you typically come up with some good stuff in those spaces?
Depends, but hit or miss. I wrote a lot of songs for this album, so some of them are good, some of them are bad.
Do you recall the venues you were in?
I very distinctly remember, not in the basement, but I wrote a couple really good songs while I was actually in Bangkok.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the basement thing though. Do you put your phone out and record what you're doing, or
yeah, my voice notes is crazy.
I think I would like that. My love for the paranormal, and
Yeah.
I would think the basements would be cool, or for the haunted reason.
A little haunted.
Because think of all these venues. It's dark, it's creepy down there, a little
Yeah.
dusty, a piano.
Yeah. Starts
right.
playing.
Don't get me going. All right, Conan. When people meet you, not at a meet and greet or at one of your shows, when they just see you at the mall, or you live in New York, right?
Both. I've been living in LA.
Okay, so let's say I'm thinking New York, like a lot of foot traffic, and when people bump into you, or LA too, what do they typically? What's their reaction when they see you? Like, oh my God, that's Conan Gray.
People always ask me why I'm here. They're like, why are you here? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm a person. Why are you here? That's a great question. Actually, why am I here?
That's an odd question.
Always, every time. Why are you here? Oh, why am I in the grocery store? I needed yogurt. I don't know. Like,
maybe they think like, is there a performance coming
like,
at Albertsons? You know?
Like literally.
Why are you here? Because I wanted some cereal. I don't know.
Literally. Sorry.
Oh God! All right, this tour, Wishbone Pajama Show Tour, I think kicks off in September, goes to October. I'm sure you're adding dates, all that good stuff. Why the title? I know the Wishbone because it's the name of the album, but Pajama Show Tour.
I wrote so many of these songs in bed in my pajamas, and it just felt like I needed to bring the feeling of what I was feeling when I was writing these songs, like screaming, writing these songs onto tour. And so in a way, it's like me and the people coming, it's like our own like slumber party. We get to like really lose our minds and hopefully have a really great time in our PJs.
And I'm thinking like on stage, will the visuals be like a bed and pajamas or a bedroom setting or?
It's gonna be a lot of things. So we'll have to wait and see.
Will there be, not to get all, pajama merch?
Oh, there will be pajama merch. You can bet. You'll get some. You'll get some, JoJo.
I would love some pajama merch. Oh my God. You made yourself a rule, Conan. Tell me if I got this wrong. When writing, make anything you want as long as it's you. And you said that rule surprised you in some ways. Kind of walk me through the rule thing.
I mean, I just think it's so much easier said than done to be yourself. Because there's so many influences in life. There's your friends who want you to be a version of yourself that they think is greater. There's critics. There's people who are mean to you. And so my one goal was like, don't listen to anybody. Just make something that you really, really like and believe is good. And that was my goal, but it surprised me because it's very hard because you want to please people. You want to be a version of yourself that's great. And so it was really challenging.
Is it possible? Because I am affected by
everything.
This interview I'm doing with you, all the interviews I've done, something has seeped into me that probably affects this, and probably a previous one with you affects this one. You know, how do you do that?
I think you just have to believe and follow your gut. I mean, obviously, we're also always changing, so who can really say? But I think as long as in that moment I thought it was great and thought it was me, then that's okay. And it also kind of applies to like, okay, if I think computer mouses are me, then like I can include a computer mouse on the album. You know what I mean?
Right. Do you think that the goal of being extremely you at all cost, do you think you achieved that?
I did.
Love it. Vodka Cranberry. Backstory on this track. What do I need to know?
Vodka Cranberry is about self-sabotaging. You know, there's always a moment where you feel like, does this person hate me? What's going on? Like, are you mad at me? What's going on? And then you kind of, something that I do is I will end things before I get the answer just so that I have an answer, even if the answer is that it's over.
Man, are you an overthinker?
Oh my God.
Dude, Conan, I listen to audiobooks all the time on how to deal with overthinking. And it's just, and there's some books like How to Stop Thinking. Not that you should stop thinking, but it's just, it eats me alive sometimes. Is that it's similar, I guess?
Absolutely. I wish I could turn my brain off. You know, when you're laying in bed and you're like, shut up. It's insane. Yeah.
Do you think that's kind of, I'm asking for a friend, AKA me. Do you think that's why you've had success, is your brain kind of goes all the time?
I think it's a part of it. Yeah. I mean, like throughout my life, there's been like teachers who've been like, you probably have ADD. But I've been like, I'm writing songs. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's just part of who I am, and it's aided me and also been challenging. You know, that's just how my brain works, and everyone's brain is allowed to work whichever way they want.
Describe the videos. When I say videos, this song and of course Vodka Cranberry. Talk to me about the videos themselves, the meaning, the backstory, and any kind of cool moments on set. If you can come, think of those.
So I think that my album Wishbone is very much a story. It starts where with this song where you're kind of first having a crush, and then as you go through the album, it devolves and decomposes, and you kind of end up at the other end of a breakup. And I think that what I really wanted to portray in the music videos was a very similar thing. You know, you watch these two characters fall in love, start to realize maybe that they like each other more than just friends, and then things get complicated and there's miscommunication and people's feelings get hurt, and then we'll see what happens at the end.
So I'm up to obviously Vodka Cranberry, and well, I don't want to give out the ending, but you know when the door shuts, and of course you come out afterwards, but it's like a heartbreaking, you know.
Mm.
Who was the guy who's the actor?
So that's a guy named Corey Fogelmanis, and we've been friends for almost a decade now. And I knew that I needed someone who I actually knew, or else it was going to be like horrifying having to like make out with someone and cry and like
Aw.
and touch each other. And it was really, really like it was a scary thing. So Corey and I, we already have been through life together, so it was really a perfect opportunity. And we shot them back in Texas, which is my home state. And again, it was just incredibly me. It's a story that felt like a representation of huge parts of my own life. Yeah.
Well, it's a beautiful story, beautiful video,
Thank you.
and I can't wait to see, you know, this. You're putting together basically a full-on movie when you add them all together, I'm guessing, right?
Hope so.
Do you really love, just asking about the drink, do you have a thing for vodka cranberries?
I actually don't drink. And I say
What the
in the
what?
song, I say, got way too drunk off a vodka cranberry. Just one, because I am notoriously very, 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 very bad at drinking. Like if I drink any amount, I will get drunk.
Just, okay.
Instant.
Why just, did vodka cranberry just sound good? Like,
It's one of my best friend's favorite drinks, so that's why it came to mind. Yeah.
I guess all my other questions about vodka cranberries, I'm going to have to toss those out because you don't go out. I was about to ask you where you got your best
I
vodka.
know.
It's okay. Maybe, why am I complaining? It's a good thing you don't drink.
Yeah, it's
Jesus.
a good thing.
You know my love for the paranormal.
Mhm.
We've talked about this at, you know, crazy lengths. You've told me some amazing stories. I don't want to ask you for any more stories unless you have one. But this tour coming up, I have a request.
Mhm.
Some of these hotels, probably more than you think. You're probably well aware of this, but they almost have a story. Have a look out for room 34B, the 7th floor. Don't stare at the painting on the. Would you ever consider requesting the haunted room and staying there for me and then telling me what happens if you survive, of course? But would you consider requesting the scary room?
Absolutely not, JoJo. No.
It's okay.
Not
God.
for you.
I mean, I totally get it, and especially with you, because I think you have a bit of a gift, or depending on how you look at it, a curse. You've seen stuff, dude.
Mhm. I've seen enough, is what I've seen.
I mean, yeah. I have a podcast called Paranormalish, and he's been on there, and if you listen to some of his stories, I mean, I see why you said no, and I respect it. You said something to this effect when you said you always dreamed of making an album like this, but you kept pushing it off until you became more brave. And I guess now you thought, well, I'm not getting braver when it comes to this stuff. I'm going to do it scared, which to me, it's a form of bravery. Kind of walk me through that whole statement.
I think in life, you always think there's going to be like a better time to do something. Always,
Right.
you know, doesn't matter what it is. And I think with me, I've always, you know, I've been writing songs about my personal life for you know all of my adulthood. I mean, since I was 11 years old, and I think there was always like part of me that was like, oh, this is too much for me. I don't want to say these things. I don't want to be honest in that way. It's like it's scary, you know. But with this album, I was like, I just have to be as brutally honest as possible, or else it's a disservice to not only the listener, but also me as a human being. You know, I think there's so much of yourself that you don't even realize you're hiding or holding in. And once I started to kind of pick apart some of these things that were really, really scary to me, it became a lot less scary. And I think ultimately the album is extremely, extremely honest.
Wow. Do you have? I mean, I picture you, and even though you say like, man, I haven't given this much in a while. When people say Conan Gray, I think of an artist that gives more than most, if not all. Like you're an open book. Would you ever consider down the road, like, man, I've given so much of my true self, making an album that's just complete fiction, like a story that has nothing to do with you? Would you ever? Is that something you'd ever do, or maybe it's not you? I don't know.
Yeah, I think I love writing, and the thing about writing music is like you take bits and pieces of so much. You know, I will write one line that's about something that happened to me like this week with a very specific person, and then the next line might actually end up being about like a movie character that I saw, So
Right.
in ways, songs are so honest, but they're also their memories, their stories, and so I think there's to me there's unlimited freedom in what I can say in a song. I've always kind of told myself like what the goal is to get the point across, not necessarily
True.
the facts across, and so I can say whatever I want as long as I'm getting the story right.
God, to watch you
Um,
songwrite must be just fascinating.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'm just like naked in bed with my guitar.
Well, there's that too. I was thinking of the basement thing, but yeah, pajamas and all that. Conan, favorite lyric? Impossible question. Favorite lyric on this album?
Ooh, I don't want to give anything away, but my favorite thing is in Vodka Cranberry. In the bridge, I'm singing "I will," but then in between, if you listen really closely, I say, "Don't make me do this to you." So it's like an interesting, like it's a double of like I'm threatening to leave someone, and also like at the same time being like, don't make me leave you." It's a little tidbit that I really like about that song.
So when you have vodka cramp, put that on in your headphones and just kind of soak that in, I guess.
Yeah,
Would you call that like an Easter egg
yeah,
hidden in the song?
it's totally an Easter egg in the song, and I've been having fun seeing what people think the lyric is. Yeah.
Message to your fans. We're talking the ones that have been with you for a while, and you got a ton, and the new ones coming along. Message to this group of people that just love you.
I'd say thank you for letting me grow and change and make mistakes and be a human being who's always learning in front of you. I think it's been an unbelievable journey, and I feel grateful that people have always trusted that I don't know that I'm going to figure my things out in my own time.
What else do people need to know about Conan Gray? Conan Gray.
Nothing else. That's all I really need from the world right now. Listen to my album.
I will say one thing. When they see you in the grocery store and they say, "Why are you here?"
Yeah.
The reason is
Yogurt.
yogurt. I mean, people need yogurt. Oh, my God. Conan, thanks for hanging out, man.
Thanks for having me.
At the end of every interview, fist bump to make it official. Give me a little...